Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac class. Today's lesson will be taken from Volume 2, Wisdom of the Zodiac by Torquem Saradarian, Chapter 37, titled Virgo, 5 Energies. This is a beautiful chapter, and I would like to read and explain as we usually do. And I would like us to start on page 427. So get your books out and read with me and think with me. This is a beautiful lesson, and it invites all of us to cultivate two very important qualities in our life. And those two important qualities are called love and compassion. So I'll talk about those two a little bit later, but let's read the introduction. Every time the sun focuses the energy of the constellation into which it enters, it creates a synchronization and alignment. So let me remind all of us that what we are doing when we celebrate a full moon is not worship the moon. It is actually taking conscious note of the alignment in nature of our sun with a particular constellation. And when that happens, great wisdom masters tell us that certain energies are given to the planet and to everybody, all kingdoms in nature, and that we can take advantage of those beautiful energies and qualities and enhance and improve our life. The opportunity for enhancement and improvement is given to us when we are in incarnation, not when we are out of incarnation. So this is important for us to realize that if you want to improve your life, life after life, the chance to do it is when you are alive in the material world. Okay? So it's something for us to remember at all times that your opportunity is now. Don't let that opportunity pass. So when our sun is in complete and direct alignment with a constellation, it is a wonderful time to take time out and say, what is it that's happening in all of nature and how can I take advantage of it? Okay? So, excuse me. Through this alignment, the constellation charges the sun, and the sun radiates the energy to our planet. Okay, it's stupendous, it's huge, it's so beautiful, especially at the time of the full moon, when there is no friction between the earth, the moon, and the constellation. So there's a direct alignment, and it is a wonderful time for us, not only to gaze at the beauty of nature and the full moon, if you're able to see it, but also to pause and take time from our very busy life and say, what is it that I need to do for something that is very, very important to me? By the very reason that you are here watching this video, it means that you are interested in finding the very essence in your life and to live a more essential life, a more focused life. Isn't that true? So let's go on then. Second paragraph. Great sages say that when we celebrate each month the sign through which the sun is passing, we can be charged with new kinds of energies. So every month, a new kind of energies, a new unfoldment comes into our shores. For thousands of years, great initiates and masters have practiced this discipline, and we are told that their progress, note the words, their progress, advancement, and expansion of consciousness are the result of such a discipline. Now here it is very important for us to note that just because there is a master of wisdom, a great initiate, they are not just stopping and singing hymns and having a great time in their higher abodes. That's not true at all. They are still laboring, and even more intensely than we are on earth. So there is no time whatsoever in our life that we can sit back and say, we've done it, there's nothing more to do. So even great masters of wisdom rely on this periodic alignment for their progress, advancement, and expansion of consciousness. So what is there for us to advance toward? Think of how you would like to be advanced towards something a little more than you are right now, and you want to progress in your life in some form, and you want to expand your consciousness. There are so many layers and beauties in nature for us to expand into. So imagine how much expansion we can experience. So third paragraph, if we try to advance our life scientifically, which means sequentially, thoughtfully, okay, through disciplines and to consciously sublimate ourselves at the time of the full moon, we will see many changes happening in our consciousness. This is true, and I can tell you it has happened in my life and the lives of all the students that I sit with every month for years and years and years. I've practiced full moon meditation for over 35 years, and even longer than that, as I remember my parents sitting in meditation at the time of the full moon with their group of students and meditating and thinking and talking about these great ideas. So I can tell you that change happens. How does it happen? Through sublimation. What does sublimation mean? It means to change our focus. So when something is constantly reminding us to change something in our life, so eventually we take heed and we change our focus. That's what that means. This life is a life in which we must expand and transform our consciousness. See, this is what I said in the beginning. When you are living on earth, that is the time that you can transform and expand your consciousness. It is not what we believe that is important. Now note these very, very carefully, what I'm going to read. It is not what we believe that is important. What we believe right now is based on what has come up till now in our life. The education we've been exposed to, the culture we have been exposed to, the place we live, our friends and our family and our readings and studies, that has informed our belief system, right? So in order to change beyond that, we have to realize that it is really finite. It just takes us up till now. It doesn't take us further. So it is not what we believe that is important. Okay, so really remember that and think of that. Next one. It is not what we know that is important. Do we think we know everything? Certainly not, but sometimes we behave like our opinion and our knowledge and our ideas are really the most important and the most real, right? But this is saying it's not what we know that is important, because that is also finite. It is not what we have that is important. I think all of you would clearly say, what I have is not what's most important. Our phones, our clothes, our homes, our computers, they're not what's important. What is important then? The most important thing is, listen to this, next page, how much we expand our consciousness and fuse ourselves with the consciousness of the great existence. Torkum gave a beautiful lecture many, many years ago, and we have that available on DVD and CD if you would like to take a look at that. It is called The Most Important in the Teaching. And he said that in that lecture, really, really outstanding lecture. What is most important is not this book, this material thing, that material thing, even the various spiritual practices. He said the most important thing is to strive toward perfection. And in that striving, what are we doing? We're expanding our consciousness. We are expanding our knowledge, our wisdom, our understanding, our opinions. And that is what is important. We are expanding what we have and what we know. So expanding our consciousness to fuse with a greater existence, greater than us, sequentially, step by step, is what is most important in our life. At the time of the full moon, we must try to expand our consciousness. Stretch yourself a little bit and go beyond the normal definitions of words. Even these seed thoughts that I will give us for this month, go beyond your normal dictionary understanding or your own experiential understanding. Go a little bit deeper and dig a little bit deeper. We must try to tune ourselves with the incoming energies and use them to purify your mind of what you know, clear it all up like you would clear up your computer, and transform our whole being. You see, when we clear the decks, we say, well, what else is new? What else can I learn? What else can I know? What else can I have? And what else can I be? And you transform yourself through that process of questioning. This takes ages and ages. Be prepared for that. Don't think that just because we read one book or we meditate one day that we change. It takes ages and ages of cumulative work. But we must begin somewhere. Why not now? If we did not start transforming and transmuting Okay? Our consciousness in the past, it is time to start now so that in the future we have an expansion of consciousness. The time to start now, because if we don't, what are we doing? We are just staying where we are and just saying the same old, same old. If we ask ourselves, what is going on in the world? It's the same old, isn't it? And if there's any change, any improvement in any facet of life, whether it is in our personal life or national or family life, it is because we have gone beyond the same old, same old. Okay, so at the time of the Virgo full moon, we have 5 kinds of energies that are released from the constellation of Virgo. And what are those? Look on page 428. The first one is called purification. Second one is creativity. Third one is protection. Fourth one is compassion. And fifth one is synthesis. Let me briefly talk about each one. And I would suggest that you use the 5 days of the full moon, as I have said many times before. The day of the full moon is the middle day, the 4th day, and take 2 days before, 2 days after, and meditate on each of these keynotes. Even if you've missed the time of the full moon, it doesn't matter. Take these 5 keynotes and every day meditate on them. And you will see how they will really, really change your life. And what do we do when we meditate? Let me briefly reiterate what meditation means to me. Meditation on seed thoughts. It is not just being empty or quiet or mindful. It is all of those, plus careful thinking, deliberate scientific thinking. You, for example, relax yourself. You say a mantra, as we will do in the meditation at the end of this lesson. And you say a mantra, you center yourself, and you make sure you focus your mind on that one seed thought. And you sit and you think, what does that seed thought mean physically, emotionally, mentally, any other ways that I can understand that seed thought? And after you have thought about it sequentially, you close with another mantra, and then you take a few minutes to journal your thoughts. That is the cycle, the complete cycle of meditation. If you do that for 5 to 10 minutes every day of your life, you will see how your life will change. It is really a scientific meditation, and that's what it's called. Okay, let's begin with the first one, purity. Purity results when you tune your consciousness and your soul to the keynote of the cosmic heart. Okay, this is so beautiful and important. When we tune in to the cosmic heart, we become pure. Because when we don't do that, we are polluted and we are really stuck in our opinions, in our cultural proclivities, and that is just not enough. Okay, if you want to change your life beyond to something eternal, to something infinite, you have to think of sequential steps of purification. Okay, let's go look at the bottom of page 429 for a little further explanation of what it means to be pure. But I suggest you really think about this and meditate on this. You can meditate on purity for an entire month or an entire year and not get to the bottom of it. So he says, you can check the degree of purity you have in your life. Take your speech, for example. Wow, if you could record all your speech for 1 day or 1 month and later listen to it, you would be shocked to realize the lack of purity in your speech. It's not just the verbal speech we are talking about. It's the inside speech, the inside thoughts that we have. Imagine how polluted they are. Wow. You can say many things because of wishes and desires, because of actions and reactions, because you are unconscious and mechanical. Okay? But it is not really you who is speaking. Isn't that beautiful? So when we think of purity, and we think of one angle of it, speech, who is it that is speaking? Who is it speaking? Who is giving all the opinions and the ideas? It's mechanical and it's not you. With your speech, you are building an image that is something different than what you really are. That is such an important thought that I would like you to really take time on that. And if you are meeting with other people at this point, after this lesson is over, sit down and think, what are you building with the speech that you are giving every day, the thoughts that you are making every day? You are building an image that is not really you. And if you want to build an image that is really you, then how are you going to purify your speech? And that is just one element of the idea of purification. There are many, many elements to it. This image can only be destroyed if cyclically you go inside of yourself and tune yourself with your essence, with that cosmic note. Okay? That is heavy and loaded. I will leave it for you to discuss and think about, to discuss with people around you. What am I building with the speech that I have every single day? And remember, every thought, every speech, every expression is building you as a person. The nation is building as a nation. The planet is building as a planet. Think of all the beautiful as well as the ugly speech that we hear all around us every single minute. But focus on yourself to start out with. You can't say, well, everybody else does it. Focus on yourself and clean yourself up in that purity. Okay? Let's take the next keynote for Virgo. It is creativity. Creativity, let's take one note of that and take the speech part and take the creativity part. If we are creating ourselves by the way we are speaking, then how can I recreate myself in true creativity, in truth with my own soul, with my own true self, with my highest ideals and visions? How am I going to do that? And Virgo does that for us. It creates beauty and heroes. Can we do that? Of course we can. So you want to now take it to the next step. What is the creative speech, acts, and thoughts that I can do this month so that I create myself in the image of my true self? Okay? So think outside of the box. That's what creativity means. Men and women who are creative, painters, singers, musicians, creative writers, are not thinking within the box and the confines of what they have learned and what they've become. They go outside of it. They hit new shores, new ideas, so that they can experience something new in their life. So don't stay stuck in the same old, same old. Create something new by going outside of the mold. Let's go to the third point, which is so interesting, and that is protection. What do you protect? Okay, I'll start with that question. What do you protect? Do we take actions and say things and give opinions to protect our own vested interest? Or do we protect the truth, the highest ideals, the highest visions that we know in our life from our spiritual striving? We know what they are, but do we protect the truth? Do we protect love? Do we protect the best that we know is real? Or do we just keep protecting our own ideas and opinions? And when I read blogs and ideas that people express, all we're doing is protecting our own vested interest, are we not? And leaders of governments, of businesses, leaders of families, leaders of your own life, take note of this and ask yourself, what am I protecting? What am I protecting with what I say, what I think, and what I do? Okay, this is really, really important. The same old, or do I need to protect my soul, my real self-image, and the beauty and the goodness of my family and my life and my nation and all of humanity? Okay. Excuse me. Number 4 is compassion. I love this because really the whole idea of Virgo is to have love, compassion. What is compassion? Compassion can also be called cosmic love. I thought of this today as I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you today. And I thought love is such an important and simple and natural energy that we have that connects us to each other, to life, to our pets, to the plants in our life, to our homes, to our ideas, to our books, and to the virtues that we have in our life, it is love that connects us, and it is a natural expression of a beautiful human being. What is compassion? Compassion is that natural connection that you have with another or another idea, plus thinking. You see, so that we have a thoughtful response to life, so that you are bringing the natural inclination of love and you are linking it with your highest thinking, your highest ability to think, and you are having a thoughtful response to life. So think about that. Compassion means to see everything in love and to never give up. You see, when you are a parent, you don't give up on your children. When you are a leader, you don't give up on your nation. When you are a thoughtful pastor or mentor of other people, you don't give up. You don't say, oh, you're just messed up and I'm not going to care about you. You keep trying. You see, that is what we are saying you have to do with yourself. You never give up on yourself. You constantly, with compassion and love, come back over and over with a thoughtful response to your life. You don't give up on your husband or wife, your partner. Of course not. That's because you have compassion. Okay, so think about love. Compassion means never to give up, to always find creative ways to protect the divinity in yourself and in the other. Okay, think about that. The last point is synthesis. Synthesis with what? What are you going to combine your life with? Can you see where we're going? You're making first an idea of purity. You're going to define what is the most pure in your life. Next, you are going to creativity, taking the steps needed to become that purity that you want to be. Third, you are going to protect that purity, protect that pure ideal that you want to be, protect from pollution. Next, you are going to take a thoughtful response with compassion and love that you have naturally inside of you. And then fifth, you are going to combine yourself with that ideal that you have brought forth through this thoughtful four-step process. Does that make sense? So synthesis and an energy which inspire you to arrange every note in such a way that eventually these notes agree and form a symphony. Your life can be a beautiful symphony of the ideals and the best love, the best truth, the best direction in your life. You see, that's the symphony that we are talking about, is to bring those primary energies of love, light, and power into your life, into such a combination that is uniquely you, that makes this beautiful symphony of expression in your life. That is so beautiful. When you combine, look at page 431, the bottom of the page. When you combine these 5 energies of Virgo in your life, you give birth to your soul. Excuse me. This is so beautiful, and I want you to think about what it means to give birth to your soul. Well, let me just take a few minutes to talk about the signs that show you are born spiritually, so that we are not in some kind of an illusion and we think, oh, I've done 5 days of meditation, I am now born spiritually. Well, let's look at for these signs. The first sign is inclusiveness. Think about what that means. The second sign is a deeper tolerance and respect. The third sign is that you have direction. You have purpose and direction and will in your life. The fourth sign is that you have control over your habits. That is so beautiful. And see how each of these Torquem puts in and how they link with everything else that I've discussed. The fifth sign is solemnity. How beautiful is that? Life is not a joke. You see, we make a joke out of things. Life is not a joke, and we must watch ourselves, our thoughts, words, and actions, so that everything is said in solemnity. Excuse me, I'm getting over a little cold, so I'm a little froggy today, but that's okay. Sixth sign is the sense of responsibility, that we cultivate that sense that we are responsive to life and what is life telling us. You see, we are not responsive sometimes. We react to life. Something happens and we just lose it. But when we become responsive to light, we say, what is life really telling me? And we read those signs in what is life telling me in truth. We don't just gloss over them. That is a heavy, heavy idea that I'd like you to think about. And we have a wonderful little book called The Sense of Responsibility in Society. It is really beautiful. I suggest you read that if you have that book, or order it. It's just a tiny book, a few dollars. Not a big deal to order it, and read it and see what it means to be responsive to life and not reactive. And the seventh sign that you are born in spirit is that you have the power of renunciation. What does that mean? To give up. To give up things that no longer fit your new image. Okay, this is serious. You no longer impose yourself or force yourself on others. You don't let others impose themselves on you. You don't let the old cultural and social expressions impose themselves on you. You don't let your old self-image impose itself on you. Okay? Whenever you impose your thoughts, emotions, or actions on others, you are taking away their freedom. And by the same token, I could say whenever you impose your old thoughts, your old emotions, your old actions on yourself, you are taking the freedom away from yourself to become your true self. That is heavy. That is really, really important. Let me read that last paragraph on page 433. In Virgo, we have the opportunity to make a new breakthrough. Okay? To throw away our vanities. Boy, do we have vanities. Prejudices? Yes. Hypocrisy? Indeed. Egotism. And become a pure note and nothing else. Isn't that beautiful? It's a big order for us, but we can do it because others have done it before us. Never give up. Only pure notes will see the face of God. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Let me read that again. Only pure notes, pure essence, pure soul, pure spirit, pure virtue, pure value of infinity will be able to see the face of God. What does that mean? Well, think about what that would mean, to come face to face with your soul, with your solar angel, with the great beings, with great, great Christ or Buddha or the great ones. Imagine what it would mean to come face to face with the creator of the universe. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so we have beautiful thoughts to think about, 5 meditation seed thoughts, and a reality check of 7 signs that will show that you are really becoming more spirit, less matter, less same old, and really making a breakthrough into something new into your life. Okay, let's do a very beautiful and simple meditation. We'll start with closing your eyes and relaxing. Let me lead us through it. Let me just say first what we are going to do. We'll relax and get ready, focus, become mindful. We will say the great invocation, and we will say 1 Om silent or out loud. If you're by yourself or with a group, say 1 Om at the end, all tuning in together. Meditate on one of the seed thoughts, and then we bless the entire world as we say 3 Oms, bringing the great ideas of purity, of compassion and love to everyone in the world. Okay, so let's begin. Sit up, but not too stiff, and bring yourself forward a little bit if you're comfortable, or relax back if you need to. Close your eyes and put a nice smile on your face. Don't be hard and stiffen your facial expression. Be relaxed. A nice smile, because that gives you a positive, joyful outlook in your life. Together, let us say the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Say one Om. Meditate on the seed thought of purification or purity. And with focused mind, think of 3 things that you need to do to purify your physical life. Then go to 3 emotional and 3 mental, and focus on them and don't forget them. Keep them focused in your mind. Let's do it together. Now go to your emotions. 3 things you would clean from your emotions, purify from your emotions. Now go to your mind. 3 things that you will purify in your mind. Now visualize a beautiful violet light above your head, and let that violet light radiate on your body, scanning your body from the top to the bottom. Don't stop anywhere. And see yourself sitting in a beautiful, vibrant violet light. And just sit in peace and harmony, purity and purity. And just radiate that violet light out toward your home, outside of your home, and take it sequentially to the world. And as we say 3 ohms, let that violet light radiate into every part of the planet, especially those areas that are full of pain and suffering, death and destruction. Bring your beautiful violet light to every area in the world. Let's take a few minutes and do that. Now say the second Om. A deep breath in the third Om. Rub your hands together. Open your eyes. Thank you very much for being with me month after month. I'd love to do these classes, and I enjoy hearing your comments. And please, you're welcome to make comments on these videos and tell us what else we can do for you. Have a wonderful, beautiful Sun in Virgo. Meditate on these 5 energies and look for the signs of improvement in your life, and never give up. Always be in love and compassion. And that is the keynote of Virgo, and is not just limited to women. Men and women can have deep love and compassion in their own particular way. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy these beautiful books. Get your copies of Wisdom of the Zodiac. They are in hard copy as well as ebooks, and read them and spread this beautiful teaching to everybody that you know. Thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.